everybody, welcome into Northern Life here. Thanks for being with us, of course, on this Thursday. Hopefully everybody's safe out there. Got the snow flying out there. Both if you're watching us at 12:30 and 6:30, I believe, it is still snowing in some portions of the region. So
it's covering a lot of places.
It is. It's pretty darn awesome. I have a plow truck that I bought 2 years ago. Wasn't able to use it much last year, and now this year I've used it already 3 times. And hopefully this time I'll get to use it again here today.
Getting its money's worth.
Exactly. You gotta, it's a lot of money for one of those things. You want to be able to use it every once in a while.
Utilize it.
A little V plow goes in the V, and it's a plow. It's great.
Great name.
Isn't it?
Very fitting for its title. Well, hey, with the snow we're receiving today, we thought we'd start with this one. It's a great time to visit our Northland ski resorts, and the Travel and Leisure website has rolled out a list of the best ski resorts here in the Midwest for the year 2024. And here are a few either in the Northland or close to the Northland. They include Mount Bohemia Ski Resort in Mohawk, Michigan, Granite Peak in Wausau, Wisconsin, the Snow River Mountain Resort in Wakefield, Michigan, and Giants Ridge in Biwabik, Minnesota.
Very cool. I've only been to Giants Ridge out of that list right there. Also didn't know that Mohawk, Michigan was a place that existed.
I believe up on the UP.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. But Giants Ridge, obviously very beautiful. We got a lot of great ski areas around here. Spirit Mountain, of course. You got Montauk, Lutsen, yes. Wakefield, Michigan, I think has a place over there. I forget what it's called, but yeah, it's a beautiful
I think it was on the list there, Hunter.
Was it?
It was the Wakefield, Michigan, the Snow River Mountain Resort.
That's what it's called. It's in Wakefield. Yes, that's a beautiful area over there too. So get out there and do some winter sporting out there. The new snow.
Got enough snow for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, listen, we got a lot coming up on today's show. It's amazing news for a family who's been missing their lost cat after being found in Iowa. We'll share the story of that sweet reunion. It's pretty amazing, that story.
And later, do you plan or do you procrastinate? There are a lot of distractions this year. We'll hear from a few shoppers about why they put things off. And many of us across the land of 10,000 lakes will be welcoming the holidays by getting together with family and friends again this year. And we'll likely be clinking a few glasses too.
Sure.
And according to alcohol.org, I did not know that was a website even, the most popular Christmas cocktail in all 3 of our Northland states, spiked eggnog.
Wow.
Hunter, what are your thoughts about eggnog?
I do love eggnog. I don't usually drink it spiked, but it's one of those drinks that I can really only have like a half a glass, and then I'm satisfied for the rest of the year. It's so thick and creamy. It's very tasty, but you can't have too much of it. What about you?
I think I'm definitely like a 1 glass. Like if I have that 1 glass, I'm totally fine with that. You know, last year at our show, we went to Pickwick to have those Tom and Jerry's.
Those were good.
That would also be a good choice to have for your cocktail.
I've had a couple of those already this year, as a matter of fact.
Good stuff.
My girlfriend's mom makes pretty mean Tom and Jerry's, so had a couple of those. The rum, nice and warm. Oh, it's very, very good.
Have a Tom and Jerry while watching Tom and Jerry. That sounds like a good holiday gathering. Well, it's happened to most of us. You've been invited to a holiday gathering, and when you ask what you can bring, your host says, "We're all set, just bring yourselves." We've all gotten that text. And while you may feel a sigh of relief, you don't need to make a complicated dish, but should you really show up with nothing? According to the owner of Manor Smith Etiquette Consulting, you should never arrive empty-handed. So if you are bringing a gift for that person, don't bring anything that creates more work for them. Avoid bringing gifts that the host won't be able to use. And in the end, gift or no gift, say thanks and show appreciation after that event is over.
Yeah, definitely always should bring something, I guess. Something that my family is known for when they go to other places. They bring like toilet paper or things like that they could use with a lot of guests around. Maybe garbage bags. Something like that, like supplies that they could use. So if they say, hey, you don't need to bring anything, nice.
I like that. I've actually never heard of that.
Yeah.
Like our paper towels, probably, dish soap,
just
something
things
like
that they're going to be using a lot of when guests are at their place. So not a bad idea there.
That's a great idea. I usually go with the bottle of wine. A bottle of wine, you can't go wrong.
There we go.
Well, here's an etiquette issue too. Hunter, is it wrong to re-gift items in your eyes? I know a new survey, I believe, said 110 million Americans admitted to re-gifting during the Christmas time, which is a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. I think it is wrong. My method is I just throw it in a corner of my house, and 20 years later I'll find it and be like, what is this thing? But I do think that if someone gives you a gift, whether it's thoughtful or not, it's something nice that they did for you. You should probably at least keep it around. I don't know. Maybe throw it away if you don't want it.
I think sometimes the easiest things to re-gift are occasionally gift cards.
Oh, sure.
Like if you're gifted gift cards by somebody, or maybe a group gives you a gift card, and then you go, oh shoot, I'm in a pickle. I gotta get that person something because they got me something.
Yep.
You just hand them a gift card.
That makes sense. Have you ever re-gifted it? Maybe a gift card?
I mean, a couple years ago. Yeah. Briggs recently just got me that Taco Bell gift card. I've not re-gifted that one because I've utilized that Taco Bell gift card for my birthday.
Oh, I love Taco Bell.
Yeah, thanks, Briggs. Hey, in Wisconsin last month, somebody sadly stole a donation bin at a bar and grill in Waukesha County, but now, thanks to the community and the public, the business is filled with all sorts of new donated items. The executive director of the Christmas Clearing Council says they help around 4,500 kids every Christmas, but these toys are heading to a special event next week for families who need last-minute help before the holidays.
First off, who would steal something like that? That's just terrible. But good to see that it's going to be working out here in the end here, Ryan. That's all good. People in the holiday spirit and the gift of giving, the season of giving, and everyone's making it work out. So that's very nice.
A little positivity after such a negative event there. And if you're getting bored from the usual U-Log video you see on TV, we talked about the NASA rocket launcher being on the U-Log on their website. Now Netflix putting a new spin on U-Logs. You can now stream crackling fireplaces set in the worlds of Squid Game, Bridgerton, and Spellbound. The streams also include Easter eggs and animation tied to those shows. You can find it on the Netflix app.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever watched Bridgerton or what was the other one?
I've seen an episode of Bridgerton. I did watch Squid Game. I know Squid Game was very popular that first season. I think they have a new season, or they're coming out with new seasons.
I believe so. That is a stressful show, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Life or death.
Yes, amen to that.
Well, it seems like at least one house on every block has a giant Christmas inflatable, but in the Utah community, almost every house has one. A neighborhood has decided to put up 75 of these Santa Claus inflatables in their spot of town, which is pretty funny because they're all the same one. So driving through, especially with the mountains in the background.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
Quite the scene to take in.
So they have nothing else? No other Christmas lights? Just Santas in the front yard?
They might have lights, but it kind of just seems like they're sticking with the Santa Claus inflatables.
I love that it's a big theme for the whole neighborhood. That's
I like
cool.
that a lot. Like coming up, don't put off your Christmas shopping. We'll talk about procrastinating next.
Learning why we procrastinate.
Welcome back, everybody. Hunter, are you on the old TikTok?
I've never been on TikTok.
Where do you watch your short videos on?
Either YouTube, because I'm 50 or 60 years old, or I watch
Shorts?
Well, YouTube Shorts or Facebook Shorts. Those are my two areas I go. But
Instagram Reels at all?
I don't have an Instagram.
Okay.
I know.
Well, hey, how about this? Oxford's word of the year for 2024. It's actually two words. It's a term, brain rot. It refers to the feeling you get after spending long hours aimlessly scrolling through internet content. And medical experts say it is actually a real condition. Consuming long stretches of low-quality content online can trigger cognitive decline, brain fog, and shorten our attention span.
Well, guess what? You're not going to get that here. We got high-quality stuff going on this
It's nothing but high-quality content here.
No, exactly. But that's one of my favorite pastimes is going literally on Facebook, hitting the old video button and just scrolling and watching 5 to 7 minute videos.
It's so addicting. It's easy to do so.
It is, and it's very interesting stuff. A lot of it is low quality, so I don't know if
but it makes you laugh.
Yeah, you know, it passes the time. It makes you happy. What's wrong with it?
I think lately the one thing I'm trying to get better on is when I feel like I need to look at my phone, I have to ask myself, why do I want to go to my phone?
That's a very good
Because most of the time I just open it and I immediately go to Facebook or Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah.
And I go, I didn't even want to do this, but I found myself doing it anyway.
It's weird these days sitting with nothing to do. Like you have to have something on your phone. Like back when I was in college and I would sit and wait for a class, I would feel weird if I wasn't on my phone looking at my phone. It's like, why? Why do I feel weird? And do I look weird? I don't think I look weird doing that. So, you know, it's okay not being on your phone. Resist the urge.
Yeah, but unless you're watching our show on your phone on YouTube, then pick it up.
Keep it going for another 30 minutes, and feel free to head to our YouTube page and go watch a few more episodes.
Hit that subscribe button.
There we go. Listen, there's just a week left to shop before Christmas. Some of you already completed everything already, but others haven't even started. So why are some people planners and others procrastinators?
And I think the two of us here might be procrastinators.
Yes, we are.
Let's not waste any more time, and let's get to that answer with Susan Elizabeth Littlefield.
It's a holiday we know is coming. So why the rush?
I probably should have got some of these gifts earlier.
I'm also shopping for Christmas gifts, but I actually got sidetracked and I've been shopping for myself.
There are a lot of reasons to get distracted this time of year and to
Procrastinate.
Are you a procrastinator or planner?
I'm for sure a procrastinator.
Amitai Shanab happens to be a published expert on this subject, and not just from personal experience. He's a professor at UC Berkeley.
In its traditional definition, procrastination literally means to put something off until later, to put something off until tomorrow. Were you able to persist in your willpower and kind of stick with a task in the face of temptation And some of them define it more in terms of just whether you were able to get a task started early or whether you started it closer to a deadline.
Prime procrastination scenarios: shopping, studying, filing taxes.
I sit in a lot of thought for a long time.
Are we by nature procrastinators versus planners?
My understanding is that there is a genetic element to who ends up being procrastinator, more or less of a procrastinator. And one reason for that is that some people, there are differences between people in how impulsive they are.
He says planning can also be learned. Say a parent is in the military. Their kid may learn preparation young. But for most of us,
People, by and large, tend to procrastinate.
he referenced a large-scale study that shows 75% of college students say they procrastinate, data that matched our real-time research at Mall of America.
Planner or procrastinator?
Procrastinator.
I'm more of a procrastinator.
I'm definitely a procrastinator. I don't like planning.
I need everything on time.
So you're a planner.
Yes, exactly. Plan everything.
This is not something that you are good or bad at, that is completing tasks or not. It represents this confluence of how you're representing the importance of things in your environment.
He says planning can be learned, so there's no time to waste.
Whew, preparation's perfect.
Susan Elizabeth Littlefield, WCCO News.
Funny enough, we were talking about this. Hunter's dad actually stopped by when we were doing bell ringing at Mount Royal Market on Monday.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how most of the time when someone says, you should probably get this done, I tend to say, oh yeah, for sure, I'll get that done. I'll do that. And then it takes weeks until it's the final moment.
Sometimes you forget about it too. It's just in the back of your mind and it slips out, and then it's like, I don't know, a day before, and you're like, oh, I got to do this thing. And then you get a sudden thing of stress. It's always better if you can just do it early, but I never do it either. It's terrible.
Even assembling this show, I feel like I work better when I get a shorter window to work, or say, okay, I only have an hour, I got to get all this done, as opposed to I have a 4-hour stretch and I go, la-da-da-da-da.
That's exactly right. I feel I do my best work when I'm stressed and I've got a short amount of time. Why is that? I don't know if that's true or not, but it feels like it is.
Yeah, that's
weird.
How it feels for us.
Yep.
Well, hey, here's a poll that was on today.com. Thought we should talk about it. Parents of adult children out there, when do you stop buying Christmas gifts for them? When should parents stop or at least slow down on spoiling their kids on Christmas? Well, according to me, an adult kid, never. I would always love more gifts.
Come on, Mom and Dad, keep them coming. We can always use gifts, whether it's a toy. I mean, I could use a toy.
Maybe
maybe something more practical.
Yeah, the practicality of it. Maybe the amount of gifts can be brought down.
Sure.
I'm fine with even just one gift.
Yeah.
Hey, but the kids, for the smaller kids out there, they deserve more things.
Of course. That's a lot of our bigger gatherings as we mainly shift now towards the smaller grandkids and everything like that, which is fair. Yeah.
Maybe a gift card.
Yeah, something.
Under the table.
Taco
Give me
Bell.
a gift card. Still ahead, the cat who made it back will share a sweet reunion next. Hey, welcome back, everybody. We talked about it at the start of the show, but with all the snow we've been receiving today, we wanted to say, make sure you join us tonight at 4, 5, 6, and 10 with our evening broadcast for the latest weather conditions. You can find Hunter's full forecast at 4, sharing what's ahead for the rest of the night.
Yeah, always. Whether it's winter, summer, spring, or fall, all you got to do is call. We got nothing but weather for you, so definitely stay tuned with us, and we'll have all the latest.
Can we hand out your cell phone number to the folks at home?
You can give them my work number. That'll be and I still don't answer that one. I'll get calls transferred back to the weather department. The ringer's really low because it's in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
So there's like 20,000 messages on there, and we haven't unfortunately gotten to them.
You got to go through each one.
Yeah, we'll get to them someday. I don't know when.
And if you've never actually watched our 4 p.m. newscast before, it is on CBS, by the way. I don't know if we ever actually truly shared that.
I've never looked.
It's also great because you got the 4 p.m. newscast, and then we go right into Jeopardy.
Yeah, oh my
gosh. What more could you want? You get your news, and then you get your fun.
What a great lineup. And then what happens at 5? Is there something at 5?
5 is, we'll figure that out. Investigate TV?
Oh, it could be Investigate TV.
I'll look during the next story.
We'll take a gander here. Anyways, let's switch gears. We're talking down in Iowa. A missing cat's incredible journey brought strangers together in the most unexpected way.
A cross-country trip, a repair shop, and a loving family all played a part in reuniting a little girl with her best friend. Here's the heartwarming story of that hitchhiking cat.
Being able to give the cat back to the little girl. Yeah, I think that's my favorite part.
Me too. Just puts tears in my eyes. It's so cute. I love it. So cute.
It all started with a meow. A couple traveling across the country stopped for the night in Bettendorf, only to discover a cat trapped inside the vehicle's frame.
They knew something was going on. They couldn't find the cat. So that's what brought them here. They just Google searched us and found us.
He was in the back passenger corner of the car, kind of on the fuel tank, and he did not want to come down. It took a couple of us to get him out of there. It was so friendly, I just didn't want to send it to the Humane Society because once I got it out of there, it kind of like cuddled up with me and wouldn't leave me alone. So rather than send it to the Humane Society, I decided I was going to take it out to my farm.
But months later, a visit to the vet revealed a microchip that led to a family in Montana.
So they live in Montana. Their father lives in Nebraska. That's where the cat got lost.
The cat belongs to the family's little girl who's living with cerebral palsy and had been missing her best friend for over a year and a half.
Kind of special for me because of the bond my granddaughter has with the cat. And to come across it after that long, I was just beside myself. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't get in the car fast.
The girl's grandfather traveled to Bettendorf to pick up the cat from the auto shop and says he can't wait to see her reaction.
We haven't told her. I wanted her to see the cat. I didn't want to tell her because I didn't know how soon I could get there or anything. And so I'm just going to show up there in a few hours and, tell her we got a gift for her or something.
In Bettendorf, Wafa Izzat, TV6 News.
How about that? A positive end to such a, sad story for that year and a half.
Oh my gosh, that's such a long time to be without your cat, but the cat was unharmed and in a very peaceful situation. So glad they were able to reunite there.
Great story there. Thanks for our friends down in Iowa for that one. Let's get to some health news quickly. New research concludes drinking a small amount of wine each day may protect your heart.
Yeah.
However, health experts are divided on how much that amount should be, or perhaps if you should drink at all. A new study looked at a group of people over the age of 60 at risk of heart disease. It found drinking a half to 1 glass of wine a day cuts the risk of a heart attack or stroke by 50%. That's compared to people who drank no wine, but that benefit is lost when drinking more than a glass of wine a day.
Interesting. So it's all about moderation.
Yeah.
1 glass a day, that's fine.
Just need a big glass.
Yep. Yeah.
Next up, we'll see you after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Sometimes we've got more stories that we have in the, in our stack of show here, and sometimes I forget that we have to go to break. So I was going to share the next story, but we'll save that for another day.
We try to keep it fluid. You never know what's going to happen.
We make mistakes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what happens. We are
That's
humans.
life.
Everyone here is human, and
Right.
that is Northern life right there.
Mhm.
Listen, coming up tomorrow, probably more mistakes on both of our ends here, but also the NFL season is coming down to the wire here with only a few games left, and our NFC North teams facing some must-win games. We'll be joined by Alexis Bass talking about the state of her Chicago Bears and her family's Christmas season tradition. So a lot to talk to her about, especially with those Bears. Boy, everyone looked good in the early parts of the season,
Yeah.
but didn't work out so well for the Bears.
Family tradition of watching the Bears not meet expectations.
Yeah.
Well, before we go today, Tom Cruise has portrayed roles in the military, and now that work on the big screen has been recognized by the U.S. military. The actor was presented with the Distinguished Public Service Award, which is the U.S. Navy's top civilian honor. Officials say Cruise made outstanding contributions to the Marine Corps and the Navy for his roles in Top Gun and A Few Good Men.
Congratulations. Very, very cool. Does he actually pilot the jets? Isn't that something
I think he does. You can't handle the truth, but he can handle that award.
Oh!
We'll see you tomorrow.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.